cruise in the Galapagos, Ecuador. We've been here for 2 days now, and we have 2 more days left in our trip. When you land, you have to go through their version of customs, and you might be surprised that you have to pay $100 cash per person. You're going to be spending money the whole time, and that's one of the things that kind of bothered us about this island. Just feel like as soon as we arrived, we were struck down for money. Things are expensive. It's $5 for a coffee, and the coffee isn't that good. Everything's in American dollars, so the prices are quite high. The islands are kind of underwhelming. Most of the beauty is in areas where people aren't, where they haven't developed. Right now, we're in a pretty upscale neighborhood, and as you can see, a lot of buildings, especially over there, are unfinished. They're just concrete block, unpainted, tin roofs or unfinished roofs, and there's piles of rubble and concrete block and trash. In the corner of a lot of lots, there's a lot of unfinished sidewalks, dirt roads. It just appears that, like so many middle-income countries, there's a problem with the population not trusting the government because there's been a history of corruption, and so they don't think that their taxes will go to services like infrastructure, water, sewage, roads, trash, etc. And so they don't pay the taxes. There's a huge underground economy. Basically, everything is cash here. And so they'll say the credit card machines don't work, and sometimes that's true. The signal's really bad. There isn't good Wi-Fi, but sometimes it's just they want the cash. And I think it's really strange for an official government, for a national park, to only accept cash. That to me is suspicious. And I've talked to some of the locals on the island, and they agree that they don't really feel like the money is going towards preservation and conservation, but it might be going towards grift and fraud. That creates a vicious cycle where your island and your community can't really develop in a sustainable way, where everything is pristine and trash comes every night or 3 times a week, and there's gutters and sewage and drainage and smooth roads, and things get repaired, and there are kind of standards and building codes. There's just sort of like a hodgepodge of that, where you can only build if you're a native, if you're a local of the island, and so they don't want people from around the world or Ecuador moving here and building. And so I think that's really good. And you can only own a car or buy a car if you're a business or a family of 4. So I think those restrictions are really good, but I would think that every building would have solar panels and every car would be electric. And that's not the case. We've just seen black exhaust coming out of the back of cars and motorcycles, and we don't see solar panels everywhere, and plastic bottles, single-use plastics, were supposed to be banned, but we see them all over the island in trash piles. We have them served to us at restaurants. So there's just this contradiction between what they say they're doing to conserve and what the island actually looks like and what's actually happening on the island.
Hola, goat. How are you doing? Other goats around the world are having it a little better than you, buddy.